Welcome everybody to this Esper Mondrak Hive build suggested by James. This is why I called it James Hive. Oh, I wanna see what James meant. He has said he had a lot of fun with this build and he had a slightly different build. For example, the Plateau Dispenser and Hero of the Dunes is my additions because I didn't have some cards. For example, I didn't have the fourth copy of Hive. I put it here. You see in the sideboard, and if you are interested in to run this deck and try it out. And also James ran the Might Overseer 4-mana Soldier. Interesting addition. I was thinking maybe to try it in Soldier build, but I don't have any copies of it. This is why I didn't try it. It's a 4/2 first striker, so don't die also to cut down. This is good, but dies to some sweepers like minus effects for soldiers. And says as long as your turn token creatures you control get +1/+1 first strike. Soldiers have some tokens, so don't think that it will be that card. And then for 3 and the Phyrexia mana, so 1 white or 2 life, we can create a Phyrexia Might artifact creature token with toxic 1, and it cannot be blocked. And this is not once a turn. We can create as much as we want. So if you're interested in this card, try it out, tell me how it worked. Maybe with some things like power stones will be interesting, but otherwise I think in a soldier build this is not bad if we can pump the other tokens too with our Might Overseer that is also soldier. But back to the deck, my addition was Hero of the Dunes and Platoon Dispenser for one of the Hive and for one of this Might Overseer. Hero of the Dunes I think is an Esper general a really good addition because it can take out some key creatures, for example Refine, but also pumping all your low creatures +1 power is I think really powerful for a 5-turn for Esper in general. And you're gonna hear my opinion on this deck and especially on Hive. Will this deck change my opinion on Hive? At the end of the video you will find it out. I have there a little bit longer breakdown part where you can check my opinion, but otherwise we trying to negate the life loss here with our veteran and of course with our Elas. James also nice providing me some information how he tries to play this deck, and I try to keep my mindset towards this. I also changed the mana base slightly, just a little bit. We run surprisingly 23 lands, and I don't recommend to run usually 23 lands with Refine because Refine has the ability, if you curve out perfectly to turn 3, Refine has the ability to find us lands or to bottom the lands, and this is what makes Refine or in general Esper decks really powerful, that we can filter out literally every card. We can find our Twilight, we can find our Farewells, we can find our one-offs, always with Esper, Grixis, because we have access to Refine, because we have access to Kiki Briki or Chiki Briki, will filter out the cards that we really need. Important is that we get to this turn 3 on curve, and I think this is why a little bit more lands will be nice, but I didn't change it much. I changed one Cave of Collois because I don't have 3, I have only 2, and I added one basic white source. Never really breaked anything. And I'm interested or excited to find out if Elas and Veteran can negate the life loss of Hive so far that I can maybe profit from a Hive more than I will profit from another 2-drop, for example like from Jadar. But Jadar is also an amazing addition in general for Esper control. Then we have Path of Peril that can finish out the game out of nowhere by killing everything with Elas, and if we produce a lot of tokens with our Mondrak and with our Hive, can finish our component just by draining. So we are a little bit in a draining week. We had already a lot of drain decks in this week. I thought, hey, let's keep it, let's keep the vibe. James suggested it to me almost over a week ago, and I would like to give it a try. With this being said, my friends, let's go and check out how James O Hive will perform. So here we are on a draw with a deck from James. Let's see how the Hive will perform, if Hive can really against mono red. Wow. If Hive can really do anything blue black, I think black is more important here. If James's Hive take will really show me that this deck is worth, or this card is worth it. Okay, good. I already missing a removal spell, but let's go with Jadar. Where's my late game? Jadar will allow me to attack with Refine, really powerful, so filter out some cards. Get some possibilities going. Okay, bro. 5 damage, don't mind me if I do. Okay. This was a long consideration from my opponent, but sure. Taking damage here is painful, but we need it. And let's go on Jadar. Oh, you are good. I don't think I will need Protect and Negotiate. And Hive, sure. We keep the Hive. We keep the Hive and see if we can recover from here. So far looks not bad. So far looks good. Opponent can target Refine, but he needs to pay for it too. So this is the big plus from Refine. It has Ward. So if opponent now attacks with Raja, he can target it, but need to pay 1 mana for it. Okay. So down to 2. Okay. Good. This is not necessarily what I wanted to see, but sure. Let's attack. No. Oh, definitely no counter spells. So I think playing you into you will give me life and some blockers, or especially against Raja. Right? So now Raja cannot really attack effectively. This will allow my Refine to block the Shivan. Question is, do I want to block Shivan with Refine? Okay. Still cannot really good attack. Sure. Play with fire, maybe. This is why there was no reason to block Shivan. Play with fire will finish it so or so. So killing Raja, I think, is more impactful. Good draw. Gaining some life. Cannot block with the 1/1 anyway, so we're gonna attack, of course. We cannot block. Gaining some life, and next turn my Geist can already block the Shivan if it's needed. And if my opponent has something on the ground, Elas is also a great ability. So let's see if he can pop it off. Shivan for 4, wow. 6 damage, this is a lot of damage. This is a lot of damage. They take out. I think this is more priority to take out the... Wait. Let's go like this. I want to create a token and not draw a card, because life matters. Token gonna die. Drain my opponent. And let's pop the Hive. Let's see if Hive can change my opinion now. Lucky here to have a flying blocker. Definitely happy with it. And we're gonna see. This is damage that would go into my face, right? So this is okay. But if I see it right, my opponent is dead next turn, right? Yeah, I think my opponent is dead. 3, 5, 6, 7. I just needed to pump it twice, and I would have already 2 thingies. My opponent is dead. James, we are doing things. Late, but we are doing things against Mono Red. Let's go next. And here we are against Aiden on the draw. And this hand looks good. Even if though with 2 lands, Plaza of Heroes. Wow, okay. Plaza of Heroes is definitely gonna do good, and I think Elas is first, right? Elas is first, because Elas can block the frontier. And let's go with Elas. Double Plaza of Heroes. Wow, the game tries to tell me something like cast Mondrak. This is the game talking to me. Like Arena, obviously. So next turn, Wedding Announcement, and turn afterwards Mondrak, and hope that Brutal Qatar is not hidden in my opponent's hand again. What we're gonna see. Opponent scries both on the top, so he was a lucky man, a very happy man. Oh. But I think Waiting Announcement into Mondrak is the way the game wants me to play. So this is why we're gonna play it this way. This is the way. Right? Right. Another Siege Veteran, okay. Sure. Are you gonna triple attack or attack and... Yeah. I think triple attack will be more impactful here, because I will put a token, of course, in the way of the Guardian. It's 5 damage. Bro. Cannot take 5 damage from one creature here in turn 4. But sure. This is how it is. Do I see it correct? You into Mondrak. Let's see if my opponent has another brutal Qatar. Brutality. Brutal dude. The brutal dude. And creating 2 tokens is definitely powerful. Next turn, I think Elas into Jadar will also be really good. And we're gonna see if we're gonna recover. Because my opponent, as long as he's not attacking in the air, is good. It's good. Nah, don't turn it to night, bro. If you turn it to night, I cannot make my play. I sleep. Sure. I can put some tokens in the way. My little one is singing over there. Lucky she woke up. And she's in a good mood. She's often in a good mood. Very rare that there is something that bothers her. And she's singing. She likes to listen to Blackpink. I don't know if like K-pop band, but they are all colorful and stuff, so she likes to look at them. So my opponent popping here to the night cycle is definitely something super annoying. So I'm gonna pop the Waiting Announcement, right? I'm gonna play the tapped Refine Tower just to establish dominance. And then chill. Then create a bunch of tokens, and this bunch of tokens is gonna get big. And this will maybe make the life from my opponent a little bit more difficult, right? So my opponent most likely will double spell now. Yes, he does, you see? He had already a double spell in the hand, but this is a really dangerous gambling, because as soon as I top deck a removal, and James runs some removal in his deck, the Brutal Qatar gonna brutally die and give me 2 creatures back. Dangerous. That's all? I'm not even attacking, sure. Should I disappoint him? Disappointment! Imagine I top deck now a removal spell, huh? Oh, Refine is a perfect draw here. Sure, let's go with Elas. Do I draw a card? Just go in for a little bit, huh? Because he's indestructible. Do I draw a card? I have enough thing. I think more tokens is better, because this will give me a little bit more life. Ouch, indestructible Mondrak. How about that? Plaza of Heroes. Big boss. A big boss. And next turn, Refine or Jadar? Or Jadar into Refine? Maybe both. We're gonna see. Murdiel, you say? Are you a soldier, weird build? 1, 2, 3 soldiers. You're not soldier, right? Don't I see this is a mono white soldier build? This is mono white soldiers, bro. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Refine. Why? Because Refine is totally fine. And I'm talking about Jadar. Because Jadar is totally fine. He has 1 card to discard. Sure. No. No атакуйте. A bunch of tokens, a bunch of life. So soldiers have difficulties to deal with Mondrak, huh? Wow, this was loud. They have difficulties to deal with Mondrak. This is good. Still no Hive, but look at this board. And I don't think they can deal with this board. Huh? Next turn, Refine is fine. I'm gonna destroy him. Oh, look at him top decking Lie Down Arms. Exactly with 4 lands. Huh? Come at me, bro. Come at me. What? You wanna attack? Attack. Attack. 24/7. 24/7. 5 days a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just to be sure that this thingy dies, right? And so my opponent has multiple clickers to go through. Hello? 7 blockers. He said good game. Good game, Aiden. Good game. Ta-da! So, атакуйте. 1, 2, 3. Brup. Of course, on the air. Zombie Nation! Blub, 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 blub. Blub, blub, blub. Next. I cannot attack on the floor because he has like 8 blockers on the ground. But I can attack on the bottom and on the air and then kill him this way. And this is also flyer. Bum bum bum. Jum jum, die die, drain drain. Slowly but surely we are draining him. Veteran into veteran. Give me life. Just give me life. Where is my Hive now? Where I have so much life? But does a Hive really will change this outcome? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it not better just to play a good old Esper pile with some fun creatures like these ones? Does the Hive really change the approach? You tell me. You tell me if this is the case. Because for me, before I play Hive, I will play Jadar. Before I play Hive, I will play Elas. Give me more life, bro. So much life. You're dead. In the air. You should have gone for the Refine. Because Refine is fine. Sure, my friend. Attack all. Attack. Attack how much you want. I hope he doesn't forget that I have another Elias here in Brutal Qatar. Some Sprite. Sprite Rone. Sprite Rone. Dead. 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 Don't care. Don't care. Voila. An army of blockers. It's like music in my ears. Music in my ears. Good game, my friend. You know how much cards I'm gonna draw now? On you? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. More. 11. Yes, 11. 11 cards, my friends. 11! Block it. James, your deck does some things, but without Hive. How cool was the play with Plaza of Hero against his Brutal Qatar? This was the breaker. This was the breaking point in this game, and I liked it. It plays like a basic, like a good Esper pile, and let me see the time recording. Oh, we can record a little bit more. Let's see what is the limit of this deck, what can beat us here. And here we are on the draw against Pete with Big Meat. You liked it, huh? No, big meat Pete, but we know exactly what he means with it. We are playing against Mono Red. Thank you, game. I missed to play against Mono Red, and this is most likely the limit of this deck, but we're gonna check it out. We're gonna still see it. We're gonna go. I played already with this deck couple games before I start recording to test it. Of course, I need to make my opinion against it. And opponents play with fire. Don't know if Elias was the smart play here, but we're gonna see. 4 damage or 2 damage and a trade, but losing my board. Let's see what he draws. Oh, trade. On a trade. Just with one? No. We're gonna trade. Give me a freaking land, game! Give me a freaking land. What's wrong with it? 23 lands, huh? Too slow. Produce now a token. Produce now, but like wedding announcement. Produce a token that cannot block. This will be also a possibility, right? 2 drop. At the end of your end step, produce a token that cannot be blocked. Toxic 1, blah, blah, blah. Right? I can tell you already now. Doesn't matter how this game gonna end. Hive is... I know it's a fun card. Don't understand me wrong. It's a fun card. But it's a really bad card. This is the best showcase, right? Like, yeah, if I will draw my 3rd land, Path of Peril will maybe help me to stabilize, but my opponent has handful of burn. And I don't know if Hive brought me exactly to this point where I lost enough life. Oh, -2, so my opponent had more than enough. 3rd land, maybe this game will go in different direction. But let me tell you something about Hive. It doesn't change my opinion at all. There is so little synergy with this card that I think when the next set drops, everybody will forget about Hive like it's never existed. Producing creature, maybe there is some broken token synergy where you can say... I don't know, like the aspect, what I liked, for example, is the idea from Absent, and I will try to make something like this. I will make an Azorius control deck with Hive, and the top end, as my win condition, will be the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is an 8 mana creature that makes everything else 5/3, and Juggernaut on attacks each turn with Fable, in addition to its other type. This is maybe something that can break this card, where I can control the board with sweepers, with life gain, because White has this card where draw cards equal to hand and gain life. We have a lot of sweepers, and then as a top end, right, when we have everything, I mean, opponents also run a lot of removal for enchantments. It's not like we're gonna chill there and produce tokens non-stop. Opponents gonna remove with Destroy Evil, with Lauren. Of the 3rd path, they're going to interact with Hive. But nonetheless, it's a possibility. Otherwise, this card has, for my opinion, nothing to do in a mid-range deck, nothing to do in a more aggressive deck, and is a very fragile card in a control deck. Like, let's say like this. Would I rather run 3 Make Disappear than 3 of Hive? Yes, I would. I would rather run it, because it's just more powerful card. Will I rather run 3 Jadars than Hive? Yes, also more powerful card, with little to none downside compared to Hive, and often produce me the same amount of token at the end of the game, right? Because if by turn 5 opponent didn't remove Jadar, he will take over the game with Refine and everything, and similar to Hive, if by turn 5 the Hive is still on the board and I'm not dead, like here, turn 5, you see my opponent has 5 mana, I have 2, then I'm gonna most likely win, right? Yeah, I don't know if there is a shell where Hive is good. Honestly, I don't know. But maybe there is some... Like, I could explore the possibility. This is maybe an idea. Celestia enchantments with Michiko. Because those are artifacts. Michiko gives a creature +1/+1 for each artifact. Celestia has access to life gain with Jukai. Can discount the Hive to 1 mana spell. This will be fair. This will be a... I think this is what Wizards thought, right? Wizard thought, hey, this card will be used in enchantment builds. Like Celestia aggro with Jukai, with all these other things that enchantments does good. This is definitely something I'm gonna maybe try. It's a good idea. I'm gonna write it down just after the video. So I think there is maybe Hive where is it good. It produces us token. The token instantly have impact if we have Michiko on the board. Michiko gives a creature +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment we control. So you can give it to Jukai, go for like 8 damage, and then don't worry about the next 8 turns Hive killing you to death, right? This is maybe something I'm gonna try to break apart as next. Otherwise, in every other build, I will present you a build as soon as I break Hive, and I will try the enchantments build. If it's good, I will present you the video. If it's terrible, we will not gonna see a video. I think my replacements with Platoon and the Hero of Dune were not significant. Like significant changes, so the deck will perform maybe differently. They were done, I think, with the thought that this will draw us card and produce tokens if you need tokens in the late game. Mana Sink has also unnerved to draw cards and produce tokens. What was the other inclusion? I forgot, I put something else inside, right? I made 2 changes. But you saw it in the intro, doesn't matter. So yeah, my opinion stays the same. Hive is a bad card. Don't craft it. If you like these decks, Esper decks, go with the Esper decks. They are much better creatures. For example, this one that comes with Brother's Sword is Dimir coloration that says whenever you draw your second card, it gets menace and +1/+1. Much better 2-drop, right? You play it on 2, it's a 3 powered because with Refine you attack, it gets menace, difficult to block. You can put counters on it, it's suddenly like maybe a 4/4, attacking into opponent's face on turn 3. Right, so with menace, and it keeps on going. So also considering being better card, but Jadar is also better card. This is 2 creatures that can attack on turn 3 with Refine. Instead of Hive that cannot do nothing on turn 3, you need to sack on. No, you lose 1 life. You lose 1 life on turn 3. This is what it does, and I think turn 3 is a very impactful in current standard. With this much of mid range, turn 3 is one of the most important turns. Turn 3 and turn 5. Turn 5 because we have Sheoldred, we have Inmove Despairs in the format that are really popular. This is why turn 5 is really impactful. And turn 3 because a lot of decks break it or take it on turn 3. So do I play Veiling Announcement? Do I play Cheeky? As long as we are talking about ranked, you need to think about this way. Will I break the game on turn 3 or turn 5? If both of these answers are no, most likely you can play this deck only for fun. If one of these answers are yes, so will I break the game on turn 3 or on turn 5, then this deck will most likely be able to perform on a level where you can compete in the ranked. And it doesn't matter if you play Platinum, you play Diamond, you play Mythic, doesn't matter. Especially at the beginning, like right now, a lot of Mythic players are in Platinum, so don't even think that you are playing here against noobs. You play against experienced players, you play against people who has their decks already to grind and sit down, play maybe for an hour or 2 to just grind a ladder with their already known good performing decks. This way, if you want to build jank or competitive decks, doesn't matter what for rank, look that you can break turn 3 or turn 5. If this is the case, you will do it. This deck does it. This breaks on turn 3, for example, with Jadar. We break to turn 3, playing Refine, 2 card selections, a lot of damage in the face. Opponent is forced to do something. This is something that we can break, right? But not because of Hive. This is my opinion. Enough chit-chat, enough blah blah. I wish you an amazing day. I thank you for your time. James, thank you for your deck. Thank you for your suggestion. If you maybe or somebody else have other deck suggestions or other ideas for some interesting takes, I'm open for it. Give it to me. Go to my Discord server. I cannot promise you that I'm gonna play these decks or test them decks, but I'm always open for suggestions, always open for some interesting takes on different builds. So just give it and we're gonna check it out together, and if I am playing it, you're gonna see it in the video on this spot. Thank you, James. Thank you everybody else for your time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.